guess who I've come to this talk today?
I'm Decor, the CEO of Kolony Events and Rentals. As I said earlier, I'm into events decoration and rental business. Anything that has to do with decor, we rent it out here.
Okay, so I want to ask, have you had an indecisive bride?
When I meet a difficult bride like that, all you just need to do, the first thing you need to do is to be very humble. Maybe 4 or 5 years into the business, I started having my own things. I didn't have to rent everything that I needed. So space became a problem. So we had to move to bigger space. Of course, it meant bigger rents.
Yeah.
But before you were able to afford that bigger rent, rain and sun will have first spoiled all your items when you were keeping them. So warehousing is one of the problems I know about decorator space. Another thing I know decorator space is staffing.
Hi investors, hi lovers. So today is another episode of Meet the Vendors. And do you know who I'm going to be talking to today? Guess. Just guess.
Yeah.
Just guess. Just guess. Hello! Hey. So, just introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Decor, the CEO of Kolony Events and Rentals. I'm into events decoration, event planning, and decor rental services. Anything that has to do with decor, we have it here available for rent.
Okay, so I was actually going to ask you that what service do you provide, but she already said it. She's into event decor, anything that's, in fact, when you're talking about one of the creative, I can boldly say that if you're talking about one of the creative decorators in Lagos, I mean, coming from an event planner myself. Yeah. So, Kolony, how long have you been doing this?
This is my 11th year now in business.
Wow.
Yes, started this in 2011. In my 12th year, what you want, 2023.
Oh, wow.
Take that again.
So this is our 12th year in business. So in all these 12 years, I mean, I'm sure that there are a lot of experiences.
Yes, absolutely.
So what's your most memorable event?
When you say memorable events, do you mean good, bad, ugly?
Okay, so I think the ugly one would suffice. So yeah, let's look at the ugly ones and how you were able to salvage the situation.
Okay.
I mean, was it really ugly?
Yes, it was ugly.
Wow.
It happened just recently in December.
Okay.
Yes, it was a 1,000 guest event for a wedding.
Okay.
A wedding, yes, here in Lagos. And then the stage guy who was going to set up my stage for me didn't show up.
Oh wow.
He sent somebody else.
Oh.
And the design we were meant to do, we started carving out the designs from 3 days before the event. So when we got there, I kept telling them that these dimensions that you guys are doing is bigger than what I gave you initially. They kept arguing with me. Oh, it's the same thing. When we raise it up, you'll see better. My sis. By the time it was time to raise it up, this was already Saturday morning. They were supposed to finish Friday night. They didn't finish.
And they
somehow,
Saturday?
Yes,
oh, wow.
Saturday. So somehow it took them 3 days to set up, to carve out the design. I wanted to do it was an Arabian themed event. So it was a 40-feet stage, if I remember.
Oh wow.
And then they raised it up. Instead of it to be 12 feet high, it was 16 feet high. So it was taller, like I said. So that was the first problem. So it was too big for the space that we had.
Wow.
I was working for others. They said my guests were already coming in. It was so embarrassing. But thank God for experience. I was able to salvage the situation. So immediately I just told them to go into the truck. That's why as a decorator, it's also very good to always have plan Bs. Yes. So make sure that you always have something extra in your truck to work with. I told them to take it out of the hall and then bring in just some very light designs, and then that was how I was able to do that event successfully. Luckily for me, my client was not a client who wanted a mood board. So they didn't even know the design I wanted to create. That was my saving grace. Imagine I was working with a client who had everything
detailed.
But the client trusted my brand so much, they didn't even ask me for this. I just said, okay, you know what, go all out, we trust you. So it was me that knew that something was wrong with the design. I wasn't happy, but every other part of the hall came out beautifully. But I knew my stage was supposed to be. It was supposed to be my 2023.
Oh my god! I know.
So that was a very ugly experience for me, and that was in fact, I can call it a one-time experience that I would never allow to repeat itself.
So,
Because immediately I noticed that that guy wasn't showing up on Friday, I should have made other arrangements for another carpenter. But I just believed in the guy he sent to me. But I didn't know the guy's capability, so he messed me up. But I thank God I was able to salvage that situation.
That's where experience comes in. I mean, you can't being in the industry for like 12 years and not be able to prefer the solution like immediately. Okay, so I want to ask, have you had an indecisive bride? Have you ever had to work with an indecisive bride? You know, when you have brides coming from event planner like me, you know, they come with one plan today and then tomorrow they say, no, I don't want that again. This is what I want. So how do you like handle indecisive bride?
So this is where our contract comes in. Again, experience. We make sure that it's written in our agreements that 2 weeks before that event, if you change anything, you pay extra.
Okay.
So we make sure 2 weeks before your event, we already tell you that everything that we all both agreed on is been signed and sealed, which means that if any changes come between the contract, between our our service, our agreements, then you have to pay extra. Because anything you are changing at that point, we have to buy it. So you're totally disrupting the plans that we already had. Yes. So it happens. We have some brides who will come 2 days before and say, oh, we want another design entirely, but she's willing to pay extra. If not, we stick to the plan.
Money talks.
Yes, money talks.
Okay. So how about a difficult bride? Have you ever had to work with a difficult bride?
So this is where when you meet brides like that, you just have this is what we call people management.
Yes.
Yes. This is where, because I actually did human resources management in Allen University.
Oh. Okay.
So it's part of the things I learned, how to manage people. You have to be able to manage human beings. It's part of a job as a planner. So being a designer here, you must be able to manage your workers, you must be able to manage your clients as well. So when I meet a difficult bride like that, all you just need to do, the first thing you need to do is to be very humble as possible. She wants her money to talk. So make sure she enjoys that money.
You give her that privilege.
Give her that privilege to enjoy her
money.
money. Because it's a contract. Within 2 months, you're done with that client and you move on to the next one. But trust me, she will never forget the fact that you did not insult her, and she will refer you to other clients.
Okay, so what about if she's extremely, on this job we've met extremely difficult people that there is no way, no matter how hard you try, no matter how professional you are, no matter how detailed you are, they must find a fault. Like, say, no, I didn't say I wanted, no, they are approach. You just like, God, how do you handle them? Like in the extreme case.
Okay. So here, this is where mood board comes in.
Okay.
Make sure you send a mood board. It's very important. If you're working with a direct client, make sure that you send them pictures of what you're doing before that event. But if it's not at the time of setup that you made that kind of a client, if it was at the beginning of the negotiation, I'd rather not do that event. Once I smell a very difficult person, I back off. I don't want issues. If I realize that somebody I cannot relate to, and I've tried everything I know about human resources that is not working for you, then I know that you're not my client.
Sometimes
the next person.
Sometimes it's best to just work with you to avoid wahala.
Yes, like there was one I had recently. So she called me like 3 times. I didn't pick, and then by the time I called her back, she said, "You're very stupid."
Oh wow!
For missing my calls, and I'm like, okay. We don't even have a business yet. And she was like, "Somebody referred you to me, and I thought you had good customer service. You're calling me 3 hours after you missed my call." And I just said, "Oh, okay." I just cut it. I didn't apologize. I didn't even ask her what she wanted.
Whoa.
She now went back to that person and said that
she had a very bad.
I was rude. That I had a very bad. And then I called the person, and I told the person, she called me stupid. Don't have to start apologizing, because that one even calls me mad. And she apologized and told me I should just try to manage her. I said, you know what, I can't deal. It's better I don't. My peace of mind is very important. Yeah. Okay, so because that kind of bride will give you issues.
Obviously.
Yes.
I mean, because you
will never be able to satisfy her.
No, you will not. You will not. Okay, so moving on. What are the challenges that you faced, or you're still facing?
Okay.
On this job.
Okay. So the challenges that we faced earlier was actually warehousing. we didn't have enough space to store things that we had. So initially it was not a problem because I had very little items.
Okay.
But like 4 years into the, before 5 years into the business, I started having my own things. I didn't have to rent everything that I needed. So space became a problem. So we had to move to bigger space. Of course, it meant bigger rents.
Yeah.
But before you were able to afford that bigger rents, rain and sun will have first spoiled all your items when you were keeping them. So warehousing is one of the problems I know that decorators face. Another thing I know decorators face is staffing. You know, because our job, you're not able to pay so much because you need a lot of workers. For example, you're working on a project. You need florists, you need carpenters, you need an electrician, you need a welder, possible, you need draper. So imagine you have to keep all of those people on your payroll. It's a lot. So you have to get contract staff at every project, and of course it means more money. So now you can't set up an event successfully without budgeting at least 300,000, 200,000 to set up.
You hear that? So when they tell you your decoration is like 1.5 million for what?
Yeah. So the first thing when I tell them for what is the staff 400,000 already for that project, depending on what I'm trying to create. Yes. Another problem we face is transportation. Trucks are so expensive. So imagine that you already got to your venue and then you realize that there was nothing in that there was something in that list that you did not get. You have to use Ubers. Sometimes you pick up from rental companies. So sometimes you spend about 300,000 on logistics alone.
Wow.
In getting things to your venue. So those are the challenges that we face as decorators. But over the years, we've been able to handle it better and manage it properly.
So, let me just throw this for the purpose of people who are getting married.
Okay.
Now, when you say you want a good decor, say, oh, I want to enter my hall, and I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. What's the price range? Because this thing, when you tell people, oh, you can actually get a good decoration for 5 minutes, say, for what? What am I? It's not just to put flowers, it's just to hang flowers. So if you want a good decoration, what is like the I'm not trying to make people scare people and say no, but the reasonable amount.
So like I always say, I don't like to put prices on my decors because it actually depends on design. We charge based on designs. We don't charge according to number of guests. So I'm able to tell you now that if you want to get a good design, how much? Because the price for 50 guests for one event can be priced for 500 guests for another event.
So it's safe to say it depends on your taste.
Thank you.
And then Obetodrum. So if this soup is sweet, it's money. So if you want something, so that means you should be able to. Exactly. Okay, so if you're not doing this, what would you have done, or what would you be doing?
I'll be in the entertainment industry, definitely.
Oh wow.
Maybe singing? Yeah. Because early in the years of my life, I was singing with Kenny Brown, Polite Dairo.
Are you serious?
Gucci. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I was a music artist, and I was head of department for choir in Christ Embassy for a long time.
Whoa.
So I love music. So if I wasn't doing this, I'm sure I'll be in the entertainment industry.
I didn't know. So would I put you on spot if I say she's singing for me?
Hey, of course I can.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do a bit.
Hey. Oh my God, are you really serious? You came along to prove me wrong.
Wow.
I never thought I could never find.
Whoa.
You're the only one who proved me wrong.
Wow.
You're the only one of your kind. You have my dreams come. Hey, you got.
Wow, that's how I like that. Okay, so I would like. I've had fun chatting with Kolony.
Same here. Thank you
my
so much for stopping by today.
So, one last one.
Okay.
For people who want to become a decorator, what advice would you have for them?
First of all, I'll say be ready to invest because decoration requires capital. If you're not ready to put capital in the business, don't bother because you will be frustrated by renting every item that you want to use. Another thing that you must have if you want to come into this industry is integrity. You must have integrity. because you're going to be dealing with people's money and you must be able to deliver value for what they have given you. If you don't deliver value for what they've given you, you cannot grow because word go out easily, especially the negative ones.
True. That's a deep one. Integrity is very important. It's very important, and also passion is very important. It's very important because there are days when I can boldly say that there are days when staff
just tired and staff will frustrate you.
Or if you work with some vendors that somebody just said, oh, I worked with a very terrible event planner. I'm like, it is well. But it's been nice talking to Kolony.
Yeah, so I believe there's no event planner that is terrible. People just have their modus operandi.
Yes.
Some people's modus operandi is very strict, and you must abide by it to the letter.
Exactly.
Yes. So when I meet planners like that, I don't want to tag them difficult. I just know that she's a very practical and very
true.
Yeah, very true person.
True. So I had an absolutely amazing time talking to Kolony today. It was so beautiful. It was refreshing. So Kolony, tell us your social media handles so that they can follow you and they can.
Okay, so you can follow us on Instagram at Kolony Events. We also have another page at Kolony Rentals. Same thing on TikTok, same thing on Pinterest, same thing on Twitter, same thing on Facebook. Kolony Events, Kolony Rentals. Thank you so much.
Alright, thank you so much. It's still me, Damilola, Creative Director of 2710 Events. I'll see you next time. Bye.